Hi guys. Yeah, so I'm really excited to have you all come on today. Let's just wait as we get more people to come. You know, I'm really looking forward to today's conversation. Right, where y'all come. So guys, we're live. Where are y'all? Yo, make a pattern, guys. All right, where are y'all at? Okay. Mhm. Thank you, all guys. Hey. Hi. So yes, thank you guys for joining on. And while we wait for the others to join us, today we're just gonna be having a conversation, and it's just gonna be between um, us and you, myself, and my co-host. Uh, she'll be joining us soon, I suppose. We're just gonna be having a conversation. When can I be part of your life? Well, you wanna come on now? Just send me a thumbs up, and I'll bring you on. Yes, these are days where would want anyone to be part of our lives, and just come, let's have this conversation. Today we're having an introspection. That's what we're discussing. We've been having these conversations for weeks now, discussing and talking about gender-based violence, gender inequality, and unhealthy patriarchy across Africa. And these conversations have been really quite interesting and productive, and we have seen how we have been able to metamorphose from just having a conversation to actually now bringing these in real and bringing them in, taking them to action. Yeah, taking them to action. I mean, from this conversation, from the other gender campaign we launched, and we're having this conversation, people bringing their ideas and sharing their experiences as well. We were able to narrow it down to actually understand that uh, more of this violence, more of this abuse that we get to see in the society, as actually as a result of toxic backgrounds and upbringings. I mean, not entirely, and we actually also were able to expose the fact that these this violence, this gender-based violence, is really not what many people mistake for violence against women or violence against children or girl-based violence. It's actually like the word says, gender. Men are abused, women are abused, and so we actually had to talk about it. And we also went further to understand that these violences and these abuse we're talking about could come in many forms. It could be physical abuse, it could be emotional abuse, it could be psychological abuse. These abuse come in many forms, and that is what happened. That's what we've been learning, and we've been talking about it. So in narrowing these down, we then realized that need, there's need, and there's an urgent need to educate people on these things. And while we're having these conversations, and you all have access to Instagram, and you all have access to internet, and we can have these conversations here and there. How about those who don't have access to the internet? How about those who are actually not even within the legal age to sign up for Instagram and join these conversations? What do we do? How about those in the schools? So we had to narrow it down, and then the team launched a campaign from the other gender campaign, launched a campaign to run a project in schools, in schools across Africa. Um, and as far as I know, we're very close to launching it in South Africa right now. Across Africa, the yes, please, Zizi, I'd like you to come on. We'll have this conversation. I'll just be adding you soon. Um, yeah, relax. We're going to talk about that now. Actually, so we launched this campaign across to educate, coach, mentor, and guide young learners, you know, uh, the right way to go. We wanted to, indulge the work of the assistance of social workers and psychologists, bring them all to schools,
Sure. Oh,
and bring them to schools, Hi Z, how are you? Bring them
I'm
to
good. And how
schools
about
to help us. Yeah, I'm good. I was just briefing our listeners and our viewers about what we've been doing, and particularly now, actually at the point where I'm explaining to them what the project we have launched in schools is all about. So we call the project the Noble Club. This Noble Club, we actually source the volunteering assistance of social workers and psychologists and all of that. We take them and dispatch them to schools to go help be our father figures, mother figures, role models, mentors, coaches, to these young learners, and guide them in the way to go and teach them. I mean, many of them, like we rightly said, uh, come from toxic backgrounds. Many of them are just maybe stressed and have traumas and whatnot from schools and from learning and so on. Listen, you can get really really stressed from learning, and we shouldn't just think, I mean, this stress actually affect the grown-ups. These young learners, they actually get educated, they actually get the stress and traumas from learning. They need guidance, and we can leave this work to the teachers a lot, because it's part of the project we're running. And so yeah, we've been doing a lot. We'll be answering a couple of questions as you bring them on. We have a question that says, do we still have unhealthy patriarchy as part of the campaign? Well, 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 a couple of guests have come on, you know, to to nail on the fact that no, there's nothing healthy about patriarchy. I remember too clearly. I remember the guest from Uganda and the guest we had about 2 weeks ago, if I'm not mistaken. Um, she actually talked about Nozipo. She actually talked about the fact that, you know what, there's nothing healthy about patriarchy. But as far as it goes, as much as I hold that opinion, or rather, as much as I would want to uh, be open to such conversation on that opinion, I still think there are a lot of people who have a lot of things to still say about patriarchy. And that is why we're still holding on to it on our campaign. Not because we entirely hold on to the view, but we still believe that people still come and still tell us what they think about patriarchy. As a matter of fact, the essence of this conversation is to hear all sides of the story, which is to hear all views, as best as possible, and hear people say what they have to say. Zizifo, from what you have learned, from what you've said so far, I know for sure that you know that you're still one of those who don't think that there's anything healthy about patriarchy. Is that true?
yeah, it is. There's nothing healthy about patriarchy. It's like no, it's there's nothing you can explain in trying to make it right. It's just wrong, and we have to accept it that like that, because there's no healthy situation or healthy society where the other people are treated as being superior or as being more of human beings than other people, or that okay they should be given much respect than other people. I don't believe that's healthy. Like it can't be healthy, it can't, because if you'd go back to the conversations that we've been having, most of the things and most of the scenarios that we have, that because of this healthy patriarchy thing that we have to respect the male counterparts more than the females. As females, we have to be subjective, we have to be submissive, we have to respect them, and that thing is not like we're not giving it back. So there's nothing about healthy patriarchy, right? Like it can't.
All right. I just while you were talking, just had to quickly just type in patriarchy on Google and just see what definition it gave. It came up with. It said patriarchy is a system or a system of society or government in which the fathers or the eldest male is or the eldest male head of the family and descent is reckoned through the male line. So it's
Mm,
technically saying it's a system where due respect, right? Due respect. So see, due respect would clash with unhealthy. It becomes healthy. Due respect is given to the father figures, is given to the eldest male in the family, and then it keeps going like that, and the descent reckoned through the male line. You understand?
mm,
Uh, if we try to just abolish patriarchy. That means we're saying, you know what, whether you're a man, you're a woman, there's no respect. I mean,
We all deserve respect. Like, we all deserve respect.
we do. So are you saying that, that there shouldn't be a system, or we shouldn't encourage a system where for some reason we should just, well, let's respect him because he's a man, or let's
What
respect her
for?
because she's a woman? No, I'm just saying, I
What
mean,
for?
because he's a man.
No, no.
What, okay, what is it wrong?
Shouldn't say that.
There's a
Shouldn't.
question. There's a question for you. Okay, the first question is there something structurally wrong with patriarchy? And now you said no, and then the question comes: why is it wrong? Why is it wrong for us to just give respect to?
Maybe we should go back to the definition of it, ne? Then after it's due respect, ne? To the males, due respect. That is, there should be something that you should be doing right, and then we should be respecting you for that. Now the society is functioning in another way that we're not really proud of. Males are abusing females. Okay, it's not only males, but dominantly it's males that are physically abusing females, you know. So the society now, it's no longer functioning in a way that it was supposed to, where the males are leaders, where the males are the head of the families. It's not longer like that. The whole concept has been defined wrong, and now we see the consequences of that. That we see our mothers, we see our female friends staying in relationships that are toxic, staying in marriages that are toxic, in the manner, like in a way that they want to preserve whatever the dignity that males are given by birth, because they didn't even earn it.
Okay, thank you. Another quick one again. Here, I have I see a question there. I mean, directed at me, so I'll take it. Now, patriarchy is a society. Sorry, it's a social system in which men hold primary power or predominate in roles of political leadership, moral authority, social privilege, and control of property. Now, which means, in a way, it also means that property and title are inherited by the male lineage. That's what patriarchy is, right? That's what I see here. However, let me come in now with my views on patriarchy. That's the question that's coming on to me. First of all, if we have to condone patriarchy, I think there's an opposite meaning of patriarchy that talks about matriarch. So if there's a patriarch, there should be a matriarch, right? Now, I for one believe that respect as it goes is earned. Respect is earned. And power, I don't want to say it's gained in a way, right? I don't think power should be imposed or placed on anyone. I don't think, oh, simply because you're Zizipo, then you have all the power to do what you want to do. As a matter of fact, because of the advancement that we are actually moving towards in the system right now, we see what democracy is doing. So not one person has the ultimate power in a society. You know, I think patriarchy actually thrived and dominated in systems before us, where we had the military system, you know, where we had the monarchy system, you know, and here and there. So when we had the monarchy system, the military system, one person and could call the shots. Right now, in the democratic system that we're running, everyone has a say. No one has a single power. No one has the whole power, rather. So I personally, my views on patriarchy, anything that's got to do with patriarchy or matriarchy or whatever it is, should be abolished. A system that places absolute dominance and authority on a particular gender should be abolished. All right. And so when we're talking about unhealthy patriarchy, as a matter of fact, it is now a system. Unhealthy patriarchy, I would rather define it now on behalf of the team as a system that condones patriarchy and gives authority to the male gender, right? So that's unhealthy. I don't think there's anything. I mean, it's good. A man, of course, a man is the head of the home, right? Yeah, a man is the head of the home, man is the head of the family. Give that due respect. Don't go home and say, "Oh, what is patriarchy? What is patriarchy? I don't need to respect my father because, well, I mean, we are all equal." No, you're not equal, right? You must honor your father. You must honor your mother, and then don't be like, "What is patriarchy? I can't respect my husband." And no, that's not what we're preaching. Do you understand? We're actually trying to kick against a society where everyone is not equal, not a home, right? At
Mm.
home, there are structures at home. We know where the children fit in, right? We know where the point where they become adults. We know the things they should do. You understand? We know where the mother and the father fits in, and so on and so forth, right? Those are things. But in the society, there should be equal rights. That's my own opinion, right? If I can do it, you can do it. Whatever qualifies me to do it should qualify you to do it. And so that is it. We should all have equal opportunity to actually compete for or contest for anything. All right. I mean, I think yeah, that's my 2 cents on that. Now, I think someone said something about, I don't know, during one of our conversations, and then oh, no, yeah, it's off. It wasn't a conversation here. It's actually out of yeah, one of our conversations here, and they said something about making applications for jobs. And then when you make applications for jobs, there are some specific criteria that they grant to women and grant to men. And say, oh, women should be men between the ages of this and this can can apply, and women between the ages and this and this, and you find out that ages really there's actually some form of discrepancy in the age, so that gives more privilege to a particular gender. Well, if you look at which point do we say relationships are toxic? Would that be my question? I will try and answer that question, but I want to throw it to Zizipo first. And Kere, Zizipo, tell us. I don't want you to. I'll answer, but let's hear you.
At which point do we say relationships are toxic? Yeah. Okay, I've never been in a toxic relationship, but I've seen people that have been in a toxic relationship. I think we say a relationship is toxic when it is one-sided. When there's only one person who has a right to say things, there's one person who is supposed to be submissive. Let's say you depend maybe in a person financially, so you kind of don't have a say in what is happening. Or a relationship where you are emotionally or physically or mentally abused. And abuse have been defined in different ways, that it is sometimes okay, it's not visible, and sometimes it is visible, can be visible. It depends on the situation that you're at. When you feel like, okay, you are emotionally, or you are physically, or you are mentally abused, or you find you find yourself in a state where you feel like, you know what, I'm not really comfortable with this, and I have tried to talk about it, but it's not helping. Well, that's toxic for me.
Okay. I don't know. Do they still want me to answer that question now? All right. Well, I'll just answer that before they tap. I know they want to ask me. They want me to answer that. All right. Quick one. In my opinion, I believe that a relationship will reach the stage of becoming toxic when you're no longer free in the relationship, when expectations are now a burden on one and not the other. Um, I think a relationship gets to the point where it's toxic, where when from within you can see that you're no longer comfortable here simply because of the actions emotionally, physically, or whatever, however infrequent it is, of the other partner. Now, um, I might not just be able to give a straight example, but I think that when you begin to see signs and you see that in this relationship, it's like I'm not being listened to, I'm not being heard, and the other partner wants you to accept it that way. Like just accept it right now that you won't be listened to, right? You won't be listened to. Just accept it that
I
way.
think it's just simple when a relationship it's starting to drain you, like when it's draining you physically, emotionally, and mentally. That's where you like you see that now it's becoming toxic. That those things, man, that you as a person you are not happy with, né? And you try to address them, but still there's nothing that is happening, you know. So that's where I seminar there's toxicity. That's where we can say that okay, now it's toxic. You need to get out of it. You need to find your peace. Where there's no peace, you are always fighting about the same thing now and then, and sometimes it even gets emotionally and physically, sort of such things, man.
Thank you very much. There's a question there. I mean, how do you tell when someone is gaslighting you in a relationship?
Gaslighting, what does that mean?
Yeah, I mean, it's like they're questioning your sanity. It's like you say something and they ignore you and for some reason, and then later you say that, oh, did you say that? No, I didn't hear when you said that. They heard you. They're making you think, did I really say, I'm not sure I said that. Oh, okay, I'm sorry, I didn't say that. I'm sorry. You it's like that. To gaslight is to actually make you question your sanity. It's actually psychological
Oh,
tactics.
okay.
The psychological tactics to make you question your sanity, to to make you think, okay, maybe this is not real. I mean, you just see them do something right in front of you, and they're like, no, I did, and I didn't do this. How? What did I? You're like, oh, well, I thought I saw you doing that just now. Like, no, man, I didn't. Oh, well, I thought I saw. But you saw them, but they just made you believe they didn't do it right now. They have gaslighted you.
They're making you to look stupid.
Yeah, that's been gaslight. That's a gaslight. So, how do you feel? How do you tell when someone is gaslighting in a relationship? I mean, when you just need to be sure. I mean, I'm very happy for this question that's come. There's some point where you have to think again. Maybe just let things slide. Be sure. Whatever you do, whatever you say, be sure of what you say and be sure of what you do. So that nobody can come make you feel stupid. Do you understand? Whatever you
Yeah.
do, yeah, whatever you do, whatever you say, be sure of what you say, be sure of what you do, so that the other partner doesn't come and make you, man, I saw you standing here. And they're like, no, I wasn't standing. Be sure. Be sure that, no, I saw you standing here. And by the time you see this actually repeating over and over again, where someone makes you feel stupid, like, each time it's like, no, I never did it. Each time, like, you're joking or you were dreaming or whatever. Oh, know that this person is trying to gaslight. And it's actually a form of psychological abuse in a relationship. We must know that. I mean, we never said that in this conversation, but we must know, hence, it's actually a form of psychological abuse. Gaslighting, making you feel like, so that you get to a point where when you then start accepting it, you get to a point where you need their opinion in everything that you do because you don't think you actually are always making the right decision. Because it's always like, oh, like, well, you didn't do that, you know. So you need, and when you start needing you start depending on them emotionally, start depending on them psychologically, even to think, you depend on them. And by the time you start becoming dependent, you're giving somebody your will, your authority, and your power. It's a form of abuse.
Yeah. Okay. No, I've learned something new. I didn't know this gaslighting term, but the how it happens, like we were all familiar with this when people are okay, they try to ignore what they say and then they just pin it back to you as well. Okay, it's you who has a problem with this. There's really nothing wrong with this.
Yeah,
But I think
nothing happened here.
what we can do is to before you find yourself in a we situation like me and my partner, we as a couple, this you need to find yourself. Like you need to be true to yourself about okay, this is what I stand for. This is what I don't like. Regardless whether my partner likes it or not, like it doesn't make it to be okay with me. You discuss it with him or you discuss it with her, but these are my terms. This is who I am. This is what I believe in, and this is what you believe in. If we can't reach a compromise, then those are the red flags. And then if you can, please do. What I want to say is that be yourself at any situation. Yes, you can be in a relationship, but it doesn't mean that you should now feel inferior, or you should suppress yourself to meet somebody else, or to be loved more, or to be noticed or something. Remain yourself. If the guy or if the girl loves you, then the relationship will still go on. You don't have to be gaslight or whatever. You don't even have to find your situation. You don't have to find yourself in that situation.
Thank you. So guys, if you want to come live, please just send a request. I mean, just send a request and then we'll bring you on live. This conversation is for everyone, you see. So we're all having these conversations right now together. You can contribute. A quick one there. I mean, in terms, still talking on the gaslighting thing, every time there were times where actually felt like, am I being gaslighted now? And because I know what it is, right? I didn't take any chance. I know what it is. Like, so I know what it is. I'm like, I just smile and I just let it go. Why do I let it go? I want to see if it's going to be a pattern. All right. Sometimes people do try to gaslight you just to maybe defend themselves, right? Just to maybe, just avoid some drama and some, no, I didn't do it. And that's them lying, no doubt, right? But no, that wasn't what I was saying. Just try to understand the motive, but if it becomes a pattern, then understand that this partner is beginning to undermine my intelligence, my sanity.
Yeah.
And by the time someone begins to undermine it, listen, anything anybody gets away with doing to you, right? If they do it over again, it becomes a pattern. Believe you me, if you start accommodating it, then you'll become a problem. It becomes a problem. It becomes a problem. Don't ever undermine anybody's reality or try to deny the fact. I mean, it's there. It's there. Come on, guys. Tell me, have you ever found yourself in a situation where you were gaslighted, where someone made you feel stupid for what you saw? You saw this is true. You saw it. You saw like it is real. I saw it, and then somebody made you believe that this was never existing. It's like the movie. Have you ever been in a situation like that? If you have, just send a thumbs up, and then we'll take it up from there. And that's it. That's one of the things. Well, you said, I'm really happy. You said you've never, I think sometimes it's hard to pick it up if someone is gaslighting. Well, okay.
More especially when you have low self-esteem. If you have low, it's going to be really difficult.
One, if you have a poor memory, if you doubt your memory, the ability of your memory, you might be thinking, oh, maybe I actually forgot. Maybe that's not true. And you think sometimes it's hard to pick up if someone is gaslighting. Well, it's hard to pick up, but like I said earlier, always be sure of yourself. Be sure of what you see. When you see something, look at it again. Be sure before it disappears. When you see something, try and remember what you said. Maybe not verbatim, but try and remember. No, I said this, and this. Right? So if you're sure of yourself, then if someone comes again, over and again, repeatedly, start making you feel like you're stupid, making you look like you never said what you said, or you never saw what you saw, you never did what you did. Lord, some things disappear, right? Some things do disappear. And making you feel this thing again, you sound this person is trying to, you can pick it up. So one of the ways you can actually avoid such abuse of being gaslighted in a relationship is be sure of yourself. Work on your self-esteem. Never and never, like I said, never give your power away to another person. Never let somebody think, well, you will never exist without me. Duh.
And that thing of you'll never exist without me, it's created in smaller patterns. People don't just say, they'll be like, no, there's no life without me. They don't do that. Like, they create those smaller patterns that you don't even pay attention to. And it'll be too late when you absolutely have nothing and they have control over your life. Like, for instance, you are staying with a person. Let's say you are in a cohabitation relationship, and you are doing absolutely nothing. This guy is working and you are not working. He's doing everything for you, from your cosmetics up to the grocery in the house. In that scenario, automatically your financial power it's given away. You don't have any say when it comes to finances and everything because you are not providing. And now you're making a biggest mistake. You are not trying to self-develop. You are there, but okay, you know what, my man is good. My man is good. I have a girlfriend allowance. I have everything. There's nothing that I need. And when this guy had enough, like he doesn't want to be there anymore, he won't tell you that I don't want this relationship anymore. He will make you to question your sanity. He will make you to question your existence. He will make you to feel small in a way that you'll think that there is no life without them. Hence, I will advise every female, in fact, everyone in a relationship, try to self-develop. Yes, you are in a relationship, we want to grow together, but have things that are your own. Have your own certificates, have your own degrees, have your own diplomas, have your own job, like be your own person, be able to exist without the other person. I mean, God has given us that power that, okay, you are yourself, you've got your own brain connected to your body, you can do whatever that you think of. Do not depend on a person, because the minute you're doing that, you are actually selling away your power. You are actually selling away your own views. You don't have views about things. Your views are always supposed to be associated with what they think, because you are always afraid that, okay, if I say this, they will run away, or they will say something about me, or they will think otherwise.
Thank you very much. I'll just quickly add to what you said, and then yeah, I'll actually I will answer those questions, but let me quickly just add to what you said. Talking about developing yourself. I mean, trying to give your power away. Never give your power away. As you're trying to build your partner, as you're trying to work with your partner, as you're trying to support your partner, right? And also try to build it and develop yourself. All right. Also try. I mean, I think I saw a clip, was it yesterday or so, and then when the person was talking about this, it's like a 30-second, one of this reels you see on Instagram, but just always try to develop yourself. Always try to make sure that, both of you are going that way. The moment you start, or one of the partners start realizing that this person is absolutely dependent on me, believe me, you start falling below their level.
Yeah.
And the moment they are comfortable knowing you have fallen below their level, they have options. And then you are thinking, hey, no, man, man, please never be dependent on anyone. Never. It's very good to work together. I mean, see, this whole thing, I call it partnership. It's very good to work together. It's always very good to work together. Grow yourself and grow yourselves. You understand? And never give your willpower away. At that point, when your partner begins to see how smart you are, when your partner begins to understand that, well, you're not so dull as well, they cannot question your intelligence. Gaslighting will be out of the question. They cannot question your sanity. When they know that you're working to improve yourself. Now, quickly, what is your opinion on Fad and Seth? Oh, whoa.
What?
What's your opinion on Fad and Seth? All right, I'll answer that and I'll leave you to answer it, and then we'll go to the next. My opinion, oh guys, I don't condone it. I don't tolerate it. I don't do it, and I have never done it. I will never do it, and no, I don't condone it. I don't, seriously.
I think it's a personal matter. If you are okay with it, then why not do it?
Exactly. Opinion.
Like then there are no things that are put aside to restrict it, or if you are okay with it and your partner is okay with it, I think there's really nothing wrong with it. People could be having their own personal reasons why they want to stay together.
It saves money. It helps them save money.
Yeah.
I say it helps them save money too. Like when they're
exactly. Let's say they've got intentions of marrying each other in the long run. So they're staying in this city and they just decide to stay together to save up some money. Or the other one wants to go back to school and doesn't really have money. And in supporting your partner, you can do that. I mean, I can do that. If my partner could say that, you know what, I'm earning this much and I think I won't have funding for what I want to do, can we stay together so that we can share responsibilities, and then in the meantime I'll be able to save for some course or a short course or whatever. I can go for that. It depends on the reason why you want to do it.
Good. Personal opinions. I mean, like you said, if they say in the long run, they can save up together and then do what they want. Like I said, I mean, we all have different opinions on this, and I like the way the question came up. What is your opinion, right? Yeah. What is your opinion? and that's it. Yes, I do. I'm going to get there. And I actually was going to just enter it, but since you've asked that question, let me hold on to it first and move to the phone before. Now, is it wrong to want girlfriend allowance? Why are you laughing? Like,
No,
why are you laughing? Answer us.
no, the thing is not. It's not so long when I had this conversation with my friends.
You must bring your
No,
friends here. You must bring them here. They have
okay,
to answer here.
let me give it my own personal opinion.
Please.
What is the question? Is it wrong to
To want
want
girlfriend allowance, is it wrong?
to want? Okay, there's a difference between want and need. Ne?
Okay,
Okay.
wait. No, wait. I can read the mind of whoever is writing this now. Is it wrong to want it? Is it wrong to give? Is it wrong to receive? Is this girlfriend allowance, is it right in a relationship? Just understand it. Is it right in a
Okay,
relationship?
okay.
Answer it that way.
For me, I think okay. I no, I don't want this conversation to go to the to into
Answer.
another direction that I
It's
don't
not
want
good.
to go.
If
Okay.
you don't
For me,
continue.
girlfriend allowance is okay. Girlfriend allowance is not a wrong thing, if the guy can afford it. Yeah, well, it goes with affordance. If the guy can afford it, then I don't see a problem with it. And another thing, it is not a want. Like it is not a need. It's a want. If the guy wants to give it to you, then it's okay. You are privileged. Like you're good. If it doesn't want to give it to you, then it's still fine. Like maybe he has his own reasons that he's living on a budget. Yeah, well, so we can't really force people to give us money in the name that we girls, we need girlfriend allowance. What is girlfriend allowance for? Because it should
Wait.
come from the heart. Like
Okay, now,
if my, yeah,
sorry.
if my
This
boyfriend is giving me
exactly
girlfriend
that,
allowance, then
that's what I want to take the question to now. Now, is it wrong for you to want allowance from your boyfriend or from your partner?
it is
Is it
not
wrong?
wrong, but it is wrong to demand it. It is not wrong to want it, but it is wrong to demand it. You can want something not knowing their circumstances, not knowing the situation that they're at, not knowing their financial crisis. And for myself, I'm like, you know what? I need some girlfriend allowance. You need to do my nails. I need to buy some new makeup and so on, well, some whatever. But I don't know his situation. So I can't be really demanding it. Yes, I can voice it out, but okay, baby, how about you ungzaming 500 nyana month end? No, it's such a why are you putting that face?
Continue.
Yeah,
Are you
well,
there?
it's like it's not compulsory. It's not really compulsory, but if the guy can afford it, why not?
All right, a quick one. And here we're talking about the other gender, and we're balancing the gender. Now I'm going to ask, because this person is definitely a lady. Is it wrong to want a boyfriend allowance?
Ayo, it is wrong.
Did you just do that?
I,
Like, did you hear what?
I, no,
Oh,
no.
wow. Why? Tell me why.
Okay,
Why?
okay. Personally, I don't have a problem giving my man some money if he needs it, or if I have excess. Like if I have money in that month, I'm good in that month. I don't have a problem with that. But it shouldn't be a boyfriend allowance. Like it doesn't sound good. Like no, 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 no,
Wait,
no.
let me quickly cut in there. I mean, if you have, right, you don't have a problem
Mm,
giving every now and then, right? You don't have a problem, but it shouldn't be something. But in the case of a girlfriend allowance, if you want it and he can afford it, he should be giving it to you regularly.
We were raised in a manner that men are providers. Like that
Oh,
providers.
oh, ho. Thank you
And
for
don't
saying.
hold me back. Don't hold me.
I'm not holding you for that. Now, what you're saying, we're raising the point where, and we've been talking about patriarchy. We're talking about equality, and we're talking about this whole thing where there's balance, right? Now, what is
Mm,
good for the goose is good for the gander, right?
mm, mm.
I mean, this whole thing, it's more like rule is rule. This is simply categorical imperative, right? That's it. That's categorical imperative. Rule is rule. If it works for you, it gotta work for me, right? Now,
Mm.
what you're saying right now is, oh, well, I'm a girl. I need an allowance. And if he can give it, then I want it, right?
Mm.
But he's a guy. Whether I can give it or not should be dependent on me. He shouldn't want it. That's what you're saying. So
Yeah.
it should be fine on one side and not fine on the other side. Very, very. What is allowance doing in a relationship? What is allowance? Who is working? Who is working that needs an allowance? Who is volunteering there?
A boyfriend. No. Okay. Let us just be honest, and just take away this patriarchy thing and gender-based violence and whatever, and just
Uh-huh.
be in a serious situation. Like, imagine me saying that, okay, you know what, this is my budget, and this is the boyfriend allowance for my boyfriend.
God
Like, it
bless
just
you.
doesn't sound good.
It's good. It is. Who told you we don't want to? Who told you we don't want?
No,
No.
I'm not saying that it is wrong, ne? But okay, one of those good months when I say that, okay, you know what, I have some money, I can go and buy my man some shoe or whatever, or some watch or whatever, ne? But it shouldn't be a compulsory thing that now I have to pay a boyfriend allowance.
The same thing. The same thing. It shouldn't be a compulsory thing for me to want to pay. I mean, when I have every now and then, I can be like, okay, fine, let me go buy you a watch or come, let me take you out. You know what I'm saying? But it shouldn't be. That's what I'm saying. If you see this whole thing, the essence of this campaign, of this whole conversation, is to be able to put yourself in the other gender's shoes. Do you
Mm,
get it? You understand?
yeah.
You understand now? Because now there's a question that followed up. Don't you think this can contribute to GBV? Because men are providers. We are taking it back to patriarchy. If
Mm,
we have to hold on to the fact that men are providers, there's patriarchy. Men are superiors. Because I mean, how do men provide when they can afford? You understand? How do men provide
mm,
when? And how can a man keep providing when he feels disrespected, when he doesn't feel respected? You understand what I'm saying now? And remember we talked
mm.
about patriarchy when we started this whole conversation? Now, how can a man keep providing when he doesn't feel respected? How can a man keep providing when he feels like he's just being used? I have to do all this all the time, and yeah, I don't get. You know what I'm saying? So we're taking this men and
Mm.
provider, bringing it back to patriarchy, and then we say no. If he can afford a girlfriend allowance, there's nothing wrong. He can give it. But no, if she can afford a girlfriend allowance, no, she can't give it. I mean, it just doesn't sound right that the girl is giving the boyfriend allowance. But then it
Okay,
sounds
okay.
right.
Let me make it personal now. Let me make it personal. Okay, can you take a girlfriend allowance from your girlfriend? Like on monthly basis.
I
She's
won't take
sending you
allowance.
1.5 for girlfriend allowance, for
I
boyfriend
won't take
allowance.
I don't take allowance from my partner. I won't take allowance from my partner. I won't. It's not allowance. That's the thing. You understand? If there's something,
Are you giving the allowances though?
am I what?
Are you giving the girlfriend allowance in your to your partner?
In my relationship, there's nothing called allowance.
Okay.
Do you understand?
Mm,
If there's something that she needs when she needs it, and I can afford it, I do it. If there's something I need when I need it, and she can afford it, she does it. That's what. There's nothing like oh, it's month end. Oh, let me start. Okay, this goes to you. No, we don't do that. You know what I'm saying? We don't do that. I would rather take it to savings. If you
okay.
understand, we'd rather take it to savings. There's nothing called allowance. As a matter of fact, why don't we have
So
an agreement?
there's no allowance. There's helping
That-
each other here
yeah,
and
of
there.
course, of course. Yeah, it's partnership. You guys come
Okay.
through for each other. You understand? And as a matter of fact, why
Mm,
don't I advise you and say, okay, you know what, guys? You know what? Talking to your partner now. Since every month you're giving me, and I know I really enjoy it, you're giving me 1,000 rand every month, right? Maybe I can just try and be giving you 500 rand every month. But instead of doing this, why don't we just have an account where every month you pay 1,000 and I pay 500, and then see what you guys make up in 3 years?
okay.
You get what I'm saying now? Now, instead of now
Yeah.
having, well, I mean, come on, this is a partnership. You see, the moment you start making somebody feel superior, right? Not because you're honoring them, not because you're giving them reverence and because of who they are, whatnot, but because of what they can do for you, you're putting yourself under them,
Mm.
right?
Okay.
But
Someone is saying here,
how do you
girls
determine if a girl can? Okay.
allowance is not a must. you can't demand that. It's just up to the guy on whether they're giving you or not.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, Mr. Asian, do you give your girlfriend allowance? I already answered that question. Girlfriend allowance is not a month. Okay, that's it. Uh, what's the other one again? Lord, okay, let me quickly go down. Partnership. Now, I like her question. No, let me go back. Boyfriend allowance. My man must work. Okay, you hear that, right?
No.
Men providers. Now, the other day, I went out with my partner. When it was time to pay, I looked at him. Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
Mm.
Did you hear it? Okay. I went out when it was time to pay. I looked at him. So I want to paint this scenario and think, oh, maybe she's the one who took them out. Like, hey, can we go out? I'm like, oh yeah, it's fine.
Mm.
Let's go. I mean, with the guy thinking, oh, at least I'm gonna go have a free meal, a free lunch today, and I will get there. Order. Time to pay. Oh well, okay. Thank you. Boyfriend allowance, my man must work. Okay. I like her question. Can you take allowance from your partner? Well, I already answered that. Partnership, and I said that. That's it for me. It's partnership. In my relationship, there's nothing called allowance. You get it? There's nothing called allowance, and I still hold on to that. I saw a question earlier. Okay, point that was raised. Don't you think that this thing of boyfriend allowance or girlfriend allowance actually contributes to gender-based violence, GBV? Well, when you're not working, we've already you're not working. Even if you're working, but what you earn, it's never enough. And then now, when I come home, and I said I want to watch this channel, and then no, you want to watch that channel. When I'm the one giving you 1,000 rand every month plus what? I mean, like really, really. You see that mind? I mean, it's completely wrong. I mean, the way I'm probably not putting it in a proper sense. I'm probably not making a good analogy of the whole situation. But that thing where you see, that is actually why we have a lot of issues in our workplaces, right? Because when your employer, if you're working with direct employer, when they see that they're paying you every month for what you're doing, sometimes they start thinking that you should do more than you're supposed to be doing. They start expecting more from you than your job description. You understand? Because they're paying you. And that is what it is in a relationship. When someone is paying you in that relationship, you gotta work your ass up.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? I think entitlement is at the heart of the issue. Exactly. Never feel entitled. Never feel entitled. Never feel. I mean, don't say because you're my girlfriend, I gotta give you 30,000 rand every month. And I'm not gonna say because I'm your boyfriend, I expect that from you every month. No, because you're my partner. If you need anything that I can come through for you, I'm gonna be there. And because you're my partner, should I need anything and you can come through, you're gonna be there. That's partnership.
But it's not always the case where people who are supporting you, they tend to be abusive or otherwise. It's
It's not
not
always the
really,
case. It's not
it's
always the
not
case,
always
no
the
doubt.
case. But for me, I've seen it contributing to gender-based violence. Like I've once told my story. It was because of that the other partner was not working, and then the other one was providing, and then the other one was using that I'm providing for you, blah 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 blah. But it's not really always the case, né?
Yeah,
And
no, that's
some
correct.
people don't really necessarily want to depend on the guides, the situations around them. That
Mm-hmm.
okay, you fell pregnant at a younger age, you didn't have time to really complete your studies, and then you were forced to kind of marry to this guy because now you are pregnant, you have kids and whatsoever, and now you ended up being this housewife, and then you had to take all the nonsense that comes with it. And some people, like some males, they specifically say that, you know what, I don't want my wife to work. I want a housewife. I want somebody to keep the house warm. I want somebody to look after kids. I want to come back with a warm meal and everything, you know. And it doesn't necessarily mean that they will abuse their partners. Yes, it does contribute in some situations. It's not always the case.
All right, quick one. From the point you just raised now, I mean, we're having a very interesting conversation. It's just almost an hour. Sorry. From what you said, I agree with you. However, as a man or as a partner, if you want to be the type, if you want to be the partner where I want my other partner to be at home, to be a housewife or a house husband or whatever the case may be, right? I don't want him to work. you must find a partner who agrees with that. Don't go get a partner who goes gets all the degrees, she's industrial, she's learning and whatnot. She wants to work, she wants to do something for herself, and then you bring her, you marry her, and they say, no, I want you to be at home. That's wrong. No, that's wrong. That's abuse. Find a partner that matches your description. All right. Now you want to be the type, you want a partner that works. Then don't go and look for a partner who wants to be a housewife. You want a partner that wants to be a housewife. Then don't go and look for a partner who wants to work and then force them to stay at home. You understand what I'm saying? And should you come up and say, okay, I want a partner that should be at home. I mean, a housewife or whatever the case may be. You should be responsible enough to take in the responsibility and say, you know what, I'm not going to use it. This was my wish. This is what I wanted, and then this woman or this man has come to give me what I want. Having a housewife, right? Or house, whatever. Okay, let me use wife now. Having a house. This person has come, so that means this person has done me an honor. That alone is job for them. So don't ever come and say, oh, but you're not working, so I'm the boss here. We can't take that, we can't use that as a form of abuse. So any man who says, no, I want my wife to be a housewife, must be responsible enough to accept the fact that when she becomes a housewife, she's a housewife and not a slave. That's my 2 cents on this matter.
And it goes back to the issue of communication. You should be able to communicate with your partner as to, what are your plans? What are your future plans? Are you seeing yourself working in one day, or you're that type of a person that wants to sit at home and look after everything that is at home? It goes back to communication, that you cannot assume that, okay, now that I said they should stay home, they're really okay with that.
They're really okay with it. No, yeah. I mean, at a point, they might also change their mind along the line. They might really want to, they might actually always wanted to be a housewife, But along the line, they get to see, I really get bored at home. I just want to get my hands on something, You should be able to adjust as well. Okay, fine. Now you want to do something. I mean, is it something that's going to take the whole day or something that's going to take a couple of hours for you? How do we then balance it? What's up? If you have kids already, so what about the children? And you should be able to adjust. I think there are a lot of people who are very, very, very rigid to change. They're not flexible. So it's that feeling of, no, this is what I wanted. You told me you wanted to do this. You didn't want to be a housewife. And now you don't want to be a housewife anymore. And then there's always fight, there's abuse. And then now a relationship a marriage is ending simply because a partner decided to do something different. And I mean, for herself, or something better for herself. That's it in her opinion. But the man or whoever the other partner might think, oh, now I'm no longer enough for you, right? That question sometimes.
Yeah, and the only solution to this is us acknowledging that relationships and marriages, they're not really sitting rooms. You can't be there and be like, you know what, I've got what I want, I'm here to chill. You gotta self-develop, you gotta improve yourself in whatever way, whether it's by doing things with your hands or studying or whatever. There's nothing that is important more than developing your own self. Yes, you're in a relationship, you have kids, but you are a person who moon to yourself. You've got things that you would like to do, and we have no control in what is happening tomorrow, on what is going to happen in 5 years. The very same person who have stood in front of people and be like, you know what, I'm going to take care of my wife. I'm like, just like that. And you should be ready for such things. You should leave a room for such things. That is why I promote that people, I don't care whether you are old, you don't really want to go back to school, do something, even if it's with your hands. Be able to sustain your own life. Do not fully depend on a person.
I agree with you completely. I mean, I think it's The Game. I don't know, this guy, this celebrity in the US, I think it's The Game or something, who's actually, stirring up some controversy on the internet regarding this issue of, you got to be able to provide for your wife, you got to be able to do this, your woman, she shouldn't do this and that, you got to be able to put all the bills and so on. I mean, that's The Game talking. He can afford it. The girl can come up and say, I don't do nothing for the rest of my life. The Game, I'm sure if he's planned his life well, he can afford it, right? I think such notions are misleading to put in the general public. Such opinions are misleading to put in the public there, particularly for such a figure, right? You understand? I might hold such view and say, this is what I really want to achieve. This is what I wanted. I want my wife not to work. I don't want her to stress and anything and so on and so forth, right? But at this point, if I start hearing someone like that saying that thing, it doesn't motivate me. As a matter of fact, it's actually pressure. It's pressure. Now, I think, is it not problematic going into a relationship with a mind that it might go wrong down the line? It's very problematic. Yes, we're not saying go into a relationship and say, oh well, if I cannot be a housewife tomorrow, I can then work. No, what we're saying is, of course, you go into a relationship. Every day, people grow, people evolve, right? And there is a vow that you have made at the beginning of a relationship. Stick to your vow, right? But some self-development. Yeah, that's not being problematic. Some self-development. I mean, you get married to a lady or to a guy or whoever it is who has, let me say, a bachelor's degree in accounting or whatnot, right? That's what they got when you got married. And along the line, they say, no, I want to do my master's. I want to do my PhD. And you know that, I mean, getting the master's, getting the PhD actually opens doors for them for more opportunities and so on and so forth. Because you're either insecure or you always wanted them to be on that level that they want to be, you're angry. No, that's problematic. Let them grow. You understand? Now you wouldn't have to sit and talk about now how does it affect our relationship? The fact that you're going to get a master's and so on. I mean, how do we also, as you grow, I grow, how do we grow the relationship as well? You know, I don't want to be sounding as a relationship advisor or relationship counselor or relationship whatnot. I'm not any of this, you know. However, I'm saying that don't go into a relationship with a mindset of thinking relationship might go wrong down the line. Go into a relationship with an open heart, knowing that my partner can grow and I have to grow with them. But never think one day my partner would want to quit this relationship. Never think about it. And you mustn't always think that I want to quit this relationship someday. Never think about it. Quitting, that's a vow. Don't. Further studies, depending on the level, can also put strain on the relationship. That's very correct. Lol, you seem like a counselor. Well, I seem like a counselor. I think it's because I have the right people around me. And maybe I would want to say it. Maybe I'll just say this now in the open end. Maybe it's because I have a good partner. Maybe it's so, understand the partner. I think so. Yeah. And I think that's the reason. Not maybe. That's the reason. I mean, we got to talk about a lot of things. Some of these things even before you throw these questions at me. Now, further studies, depending on the level, can also put strain on the relationship. Yeah, that's true. That's true. That's why I said earlier that you need to now sit and talk about how you, of course, you want to develop yourself. They would want to develop themselves. How do you then develop the relationship? How do you both grow the relationship? I mean, with common understanding and a little extra effort, I think your relationship can work. Yeah. I mean, always factor in if you care about your relationship, always factor in your relationship in any decision you want to make. I mean, we're both talking here as singles. I mean, I know you're single. Oh, am I wrong? And I am too as well. I'm saying single. I'm not saying single. I'm saying you're not married, right? You're not married.
Yeah,
that's what I mean.
not.
Exactly. That's what I mean. Single. I don't mean not in a relationship. You already talked about your partner. Yeah, so I wouldn't want to assume that. I mean, not married. That's what I mean. We're talking as a married people. Yeah, that's the word. As a married people, right? We should always factor in our marriage or relationships in any decisions that we make. Even if you're taking a day out and you're going you stay in Pretoria, right?
Yeah.
If you're going from Pretoria to Joburg, for example, and you know it might take 5-6 hours of your day, factor in your relationship. Where does my relationship come in here? I mean, have we talked about us meeting today? Will he want to meet me today? I mean, is there anything? Think about it before you decide to go. And if it's something that you must do, then tell them. Let them know. I mean, come on. Communication, guys. Understanding, not really compromise. Understanding, communication. I think these are very important. I'm not a counselor, but yeah, if you'd like to give me that title, I wouldn't mind to add counselor ambassador, to my name as well. That's a good one. You think I'm doing a good job, right? Just well. All right, so thank you. Azi, what is your last I want to hear your last words on this.
Let's avoid whatever that we can avoid and try to work with whatever that we can work on. And most importantly, remember that there's you before the relationship. You should exist before the we. And then in that, you'll never find yourself having to be submissive to nonsense, because some things are nonsense. I don't talk about females or males generally. Do not put yourself in a situation where you feel undermined. And to avoid that, it would be to self-develop yourself, like develop yourself in any way, whether it's by doing things by your hands or you studying or whatever. Develop yourself and you'll never be undermined.
Thank you very much. Quick one. Are you single to mingle? That's a question for me, I suppose, because we already clarified yours. Okay, I'm sorry, I used the word saying single. I am not married, but I'm not single. I am in
No, yeah. Are you single to mingle? Who?
Yeah, no,
Me?
No, it's for me.
No,
I mean,
I'm not.
we already cleared yours. We already cleared yours. We know you're in a relationship, and because I actually said single instead of unmarried, that's why the question is coming. I'm not single. I'm not ready to mingle. I am in a committed, faithful, and a productive relationship. All right. And so, yes, I'm single and I'm not ready to mingle. All right. I'm already having a good time of my life. I think I would like to believe that. So that's it. And guys, yeah, I know you're chasing us. So yes, guys, thank you all for your time. Thank you, Zizipo, for for your time as well. We're having this interesting one, and I think every now and then we should have such conversations. I know we always enjoy bringing guests on stage and so on, and you know what I'm saying. But I think sometimes we really want to just talk about this and enjoy what people are saying, and so left, right, and center. So yes, would like to get guests. I personally, oh, first of all, let me quickly put this out there. That One African Forum, we are hosting an African Youth Summit tomorrow. From Central African time is 6 p.m. is actually from we actually working in line with the African Union Africa's Day. We're having this program and we want everyone to join. The link to register is on our website. Your website is on our link, is on our bio. Sorry, just click on the link in bio. It takes you straight to our website, and then you see there to register. More information you will also find it there. Once you register, you get the email and of confirmation and everything that you need about to know about the program. It is such an interesting one. Tomorrow, don't miss it. We have guests coming from different parts of the world, from the US, from Canada, from the UK, from England and UK, from South Africa. We have guests coming now from Nigeria and so on and so forth. It's going to be such an interesting session. Look forward to it. I would like you to please share the link to all your friends. Whether they like it or not, just send it to them. You might be surprised. They'll forward it to someone else again who really want to join in. I mean, they might not want to do it. Don't think, well, this person doesn't like things like this. Talking about education here, talking about Africa here, talking about our future here. They might not like it. They can just send it out and somebody will get it. Let's do it. Let's spread it as wide as we can. If you cannot join us live on Zoom because maybe we might have filled the capacity, you can just log on to our Facebook page. We'll be airing it live there. You can just join our Facebook page, One African Forum, and you watch it live there. And and we would like to get a counselor to come on this event, not me, a real counselor. Would like to also get a psychologist to come on this event, and we're trying to also see how we can contact somebody from the SAPS, and how to also come live on this event and also talk to us what we do and how we can report cases and so on, just to educate us and here and there. So would like these guys. So if you're listening to me out there and you have any of such contact in your list or on your network, please just reach out to us and we can take it up from there. We want people to come also take out from the general views and guide us through as well. Thank you very much. It's been such an interesting time. Yes, thank you so much for this session. I look forward to it every Monday. I am admitted. This child, this is it for this child.
Give us some legal advice on what we can do.
Right?
Yeah, why not? Okay. Let's use whatever resource that we have.
Duly noted. I'm gonna hit your inbox, and we'll see what happens from there. Just in case you need lawyers. Duly noted. All right. Thank you. Thank you all very much. It's been such an interesting session. I'll see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m.
Yep.
And we're gonna have such an interesting session, guys. Spread the word. We are actually partnering with Millennium Waves in the US. So come on, guys. Don't let me down in Africa. Don't let me down in Africa. Yeah, don't let me down in Africa. So thank you, guys. Bye. Have a good one. I love you all. Bye.
Oh.